Chronic hepatitis C. Chronicity is maximum with hepatitis C. HCV is most commonly spread by blood transfusion. Most common type of hepatitis which can lead to dilated cardiomyopathy. It is associated with porphyria cutanea tarda and also essential cryoglobulinemia. IL-28 gene polymorphism plays a crucial role in the pathogenesis. It has very little information in the liver pathology. Factors associated with reduced responsiveness is genotype 1, but it can be genotype 3 as well, I'm not sure. High level of HCV RNA, more than 2 million copies per ml or more than 8 lakh international units per ml. Advanced fibrosis, bridging fibrosis cirrhosis, age more than 40 years, male gender, immunosuppression, hepatic steatosis. Prophylaxis of hepatitis C, active or passive immunization is available. New drugs in the treatment of Hep C. The 5 group of drugs. RNA polymerase inhibitor, which was all Buver's. Protease inhibitor, which is Previr. Direct protein inhibitor, Asvir. Inhibitor of virus entry, uncoating and reassembling interferon alpha. RNA protein inhibitor, Ribavirin. So RNA polymerase inhibitors are Buver. Okay, Buver is Sofosbuvir, Dasabuvir. The protease inhibitors are Simiprevir, Glicaprevir, Paritaprevir. Direct protein inhibitors include Asvir, Ladipasvir, Daclatasvir, Ombitasvir, and Elbasvir. And then viral entry inhibitors are interferon alpha, and RNA protein inhibitor is Ribavirin. Sofosbuvir and Ladipasvir are used for the treatment of hepatitis C. Factors associated with reduced responsiveness is already done. And then essential mixed cryoglobulinemia. When there is apparent absence of an underlying disease and the presence of cryoprecipitate containing oligoclonal or polyclonal Igs, this entity was referred to as essential mixed cryoglobulinemia. So there is no underlying disease, but then there is a cryoprecipitate containing immunoglobulins. Cryoglobulins are cold precipitable immunoglobulins. That is cryoglobulins. Cryoglobulin means cryo means cold, right? So they are all cold precipitable. Cryoglobulinemia may be associated with systemic vasculitis characterized by a purpura, which is palpable purpura, arthralgia, joint pain, weakness, neuropathy, and glomerulonephritis. So, like a person has cryoglobulinemia, they have screwed up joints, kidney, and like skin. And it is seen in association with multiple myeloma, and among the hepatitis is hepatitis C, and then multiple myeloma, lymphoproliferative disorders, connective tissue disorders, and other infections. An association with multiple myeloma. Okay, so with all the above things, it's going to be seen with 4 other things as well. Rheumatoid factor is almost always found. Hypocomplementemia, meaning the complement level is going to be very low, and elevated ESR, but a reduced hemoglobin, that is anemia, occur frequently. Evidence of hepatitis C infection must be sought in all patients by testing for hepatitis C antibodies and hepatitis C RNA. So, RF factor is almost always found. Hypocomplementemia, high ESR, low RBC, evidence of hepatitis C infection. So, moving on to autoimmune hepatitis, there are 3 categories of autoimmune hepatitis: type 1, type 2, and type 3. So type 1 autoimmune hepatitis is associated with ANA, which is anti-nuclear antibody, and there are leukoid features occurring in young women, and there is marked hyperglobulinemia. Type 2 is not associated with ANA, is associated with anti-LKM. It has 2 categories, 2A and 2B. 2A there is high titer of anti-LKM, 2B low LKM. 2B is associated with hepatitis C virus. 2A, the special point is it responds to glucocorticoids and is seen in young women. 2B is occurring in older men. Type 3, the patients show antibodies to SLA, that is soluble liver antigen. These patients lack ANA and anti-LKM. So that was about the categories of autoimmune hepatitis.